How Nigerian ambassador fainted when our plane lost engine mid-air. Ex-governor speaks. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post our juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. A former governor of Bauchi State, General Chris Garoba, retired, has narrated how he narrowly escaped death in a near-plane crash during a flight from Angola. Garoba, who was appointed in 1993 as the first commander to the United Nations in Angola, in an interview with Daily Trust, said a Nigerian ambassador on board the airline fainted when he was informed that the plane has lost an engine. He said, and I quote, "In Angola, we were exposed to minefield planted by UNITA forces that incapacitated military contingents and observers. I remember occasions where I survived near plane crash. We lost an engine and the pilot drew my attention to it, and the engine had failed and the second one could follow. I said that since we were flying along the Atlantic coast, he should stay on course, and in the event that the second engine failed, we should crash into the Atlantic Ocean and perhaps we will save some lives. I told the Nigerian ambassador that we lost an engine and he fainted. The bloody civilian, he fainted. Some of my staff also fainted. Asked if there was a commotion on board as a result of the incident, the retired general who was the governor of Bauchi between 1985 and 1988 said, "Yes, my ADC just married and he hadn't had a child, so he felt it was not the way he should die. I encouraged them that if I was not part of the people on board, being the commander, I had to give them assurance and plead with them to remain calm. I assured them that we were not going to crash, that God was in control. Eventually, we crash landed and luckily, people at the airport were waiting for us. The runway was surrounded. The fire brigade came and they were able to get us out of the plane. There was smoke everywhere and my neck was kind of twisted. I was rushed to the hospital and they gave me a neck guard. They were able to revive the ambassador. I don't think we lost any of my men, maybe one or two, but I can't remember losing anybody because I was taken away immediately as the first commander." Speaking on this decision to go into farming after retirement, Garba recounted how his investment in the agriculture industry was almost ruined by his workers through stealing. He said, and I quote, "I embarked on farming and got loan from Agri Bank and what they call Development Bank, NACB. I got a 3 million naira loan from the bank to set up a farm. My farm was working very well in my place in Zone C. I constructed a dam, a fish farm, and 52 ponds. Till today, it remains the largest pond of fish farm in the northern part of our country. The landmark is 1,000 acres. I had a fish farm component and wanted to produce shrimps and prawns for export. I got people from Tel Aviv to design the farm for me, which they did, but there was lack of airports at that time, as the one in Makurdi was purely for military use, and Abuja was not open to night use. That was in the 1980s. And from Enugu, the road was very bad, so it didn't work. I converted it from prawn to an ordinary fish farm. I also imported about 50 pigs from Bulgaria to set up a farm for the training of students from the University of Nigerian, Suka, who were involved in animal husbandry, especially those who were into vet medicine. They were using my farming as a study ground and reference. The rest of the farm was devoted to poultry, where I had up to 10,000 chicks, and I grew sojourn for Bendo Brewery. They were not paying me, they were still owing me. The brewery crystal got liquidated. The farm was doing well, but then I moved to Angola and I didn't have a competent person to look after it. The veterinary doctor who was looking after Dr. Polybro, the Bulgarian, and some Indians who were managing it did not do much good work. My brothers and sisters were going there to steal properties and sell. That was how the farm was run around, but luckily when I came back, I was able to revamp it and was able to pay back the loan. So I was happy. I tried to start it again and it was progressing well, but I noticed that there was a lot of stealing happening. They were stealing eggs, for example. I remember I bought a red boots and made it compulsory for workers to wear. I remember I was there one weekend to see how the farm was running and noticed that people close from work, instead of wearing their rain boots, they were hanging it on their shoulders. I blew the whistle and asked everybody to stay where they were and had my security men go around to see why they were not wearing their boots. When we flew some of the boots over, we saw one or two chickens inside. Some had eggs. Everybody going out had something to sell or eat. Even the pigs suffered the same fate. Just to provide some water for the fish and drinking water for the people, I found out that every market day one pig would die of internal hemorrhage the worker cost, and they will go and clean up at the dam and take the meat, sell and share the money. I never knew until one day a typical soldier I said pigs were dying. Let us create a burial ground for them. But we found out that they were burying but we found out that what they were burying there was physics and carcass from the pigs. I told you that we had 52 ponds, out of which 40 were for producing catfish, tilapia and gerarua. What happened there was that there was an internal problem with the management and staff. So to get at the managing director there, they decided to poison 15 ponds with gamalin. The next morning, all the dead fish were floating. This was a big loss to me. They sent for me and I rushed and saw it. I had to tell the governor then, Gabriel Suswan. He came, saw it and was very annoyed. We tried to arrest the people but they ran away. However, we managed to arrest a few of them who were punished. Because of that, I decided to close the farm. I have not given up. I only decided to close it temporarily because of too much stealing and there was bad blood between workers and the management. It was doing well. Everybody who worked there had a motorcycle. They were doing very well. Now I want them to suffer a bit. They have sent me to say they have suffered enough and think I should open the farm now. They came and pledged that they would not do that again. I have also seen that most people who were stealing because they couldn't stop, since the farm was closed and those things were vandalized, went outside to steal and police caught up with them. Most of them have lost their lives. Most of them has lost their lives. So I don't think that if I reopen the farm, there'll be more stealing again. Wow. This is actually really a beautiful distance. A beautiful read. This is a beautiful read if you ask me. The general is not telling stories, he's saying the truth. Late Alex Badi, almost sleeping in his farm every day because of this stealing. At the end, he was killed. I cannot leave my hotel because of too much stealing. No more trust, even blood brothers. Legacy of General Chris saved my elder brother in orthopedic hospital Enugu during COVID-19. I drove in from Cotonou I drove him from Cotonou when he was about to die. The consultant asked where I came from. I said Osokwa. He said, you know Chris? I said, yes. He told me the story about my village. We Nigerians, we are too corrupt. I'm telling you, we are too fantastically corrupt. I kid you not. We are too corrupt, and that is why they finish our Nigerian economy. Come to Ogun State here. They run down Ogadi finished till today. The military government who's supposed to give us democracy is Major General Tunde, the most government I like so much. We still need a person like Idiagmo to rule us. Before Nigeria to survive, all the idiot politicians are too corrupt. Alright, on this note, you have come to the end of the news. So thank you for sending in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.